Ooh, am I ready to stream? I never know with this thing. Am I on? Am I on? Am I on? Okay, I'm going to assume I'm on and I'm going to start talking because it looks like it's still processing. Ready to stream. That doesn't look like I'm live. Oh, there we go. All right, now I'm live. Hi, everyone. It's Kate Byers. We are talking about something that's really fun today. It's about why success feels hard. So first of all, happy Monday. It's great to see you guys. I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. It's summertime right now, so I hope you're also enjoying a lot of fun, although it can be, fun looks different these days, doesn't it? In this COVID world that we're living in. But I hope you're finding that space, and we're going to talk more about that right now. So this is a really important topic in that in our culture, we have been trained to believe that once you achieve success, life's going to be really fun and cozy, right? And I'm being a little playful, but seriously, I mean, it's supposed to be like, well, once you're successful, life gets easier. Why? Well, first of all, because we have money. For the most part, success is defined very often as money. And even though we logically think, well, money doesn't make me happy, but there's something to that, right? I think money gives us freedom. Money opens the doors of opportunity. Money allows us to do things a lot of times with greater support or ease, not so much friction. So money's a piece of success, and it's a notable piece. And I say that because very often when we're talking about burnout, or we're talking about suffering, or we're talking about what's the point of life, people will say, well, you just need to live a simpler life. You just need to not worry about money so much. Do you really need all that money? And it's like, nobody said, no, we need all this money, but it is a piece that can really, money is something that can give us freedom and that can remove friction. And those that don't have money, which was me years and years ago, I remember being when I was a single mom, I was living paycheck to paycheck in very frugal lifestyle. I sure wanted more money. And that's okay. It's okay to want money. And for those who have money, we're trying to figure out how to use it well and why we're still not happy. And, money, oh my God. So when we talk about being happy in our success, we have been raised to believe that once you become a success, AKA have money, you will have more enjoyment of your life. The other piece of success that we often look at is success is also defined as power. So when you think about it in the workplace, we're talking about being potentially a leader, right? Leadership, title, experience, knowledge. Those are the things that give us power. Okay, so we have money and we have power. And where's the good life, right? Come on, good life. This time, you're gonna I got the money and I got the power, right? And so for people who are wired to be high achievers, overachievers, all of us type A folks out there, we are looking for money and power. We get the money and power. We've done what it takes. We've done the heavy lifting, the hard work, the suffering, the sacrifice. And now we have money and power. And that smile is turned upside down and we're still not happy. So what is going on, and why is success still so hard after 10, 20, 30 years, however many decades you've put into becoming, let's just say, AK successful, someone who has money and someone who has power, right? A leader who is well compensated for your role. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So I want to talk about a couple of concepts today. They're really key. And one is going to be the waterfall effect. And then I want to talk about the butterfly effect. So you can write those down if you're listening. When it comes to the waterfall effect, the reason that success continues to be so hard for us, one of the reasons, it's very key, is what I call the waterfall effect. So I want you to think about something that would be a stressor in your career. It could be anything. Let's just say a lot of us deal with clients, whether you have an internal client or an external client. So that would be an easy one, right? Whether you're in sales or you're in finance, finance may be dealing with more internal clients. Accounting may be dealing with internal clients. If you're a veterinarian, if you're a doctor, you have a client, a patient is your client. So all of us have some type of client. So think of it in that way. And in the course of your day, a client is upset. They come in, they're irate, or they call you or send an email that says they're upset about something. They're disappointed in whatever it is in life. It may not even have anything to do with you, but bleh, there it comes at you. And you are getting the full brunt of someone else. And it doesn't even mean that they're angry or screaming or anything, totally chaotic. It could just be that they're telling you what to do and how to do it. And they don't like the way you're doing things, and they have a better way and you need to do it their way. And you're like, oh, are you kidding me? It may be that they've asked you to do something and now they've asked you to change it. It may be that there's like a critique or a criticism involved. Think of all the things that a client experience can bring with it. It could be them wanting to talk to you and talk to you and talk to you and talk to you. And you're like, I have so many things to do. And they're still talking to you. It could be the lack of that. Your clients disappeared. And you're like, oh my gosh, where did they go? Are they still my client? Are they not going to be my client? I haven't heard from me. I haven't heard from them. Just think of all the things, right? So all of this thing around, let's just say a client relationship, that can create a stressor for you. Okay, so that's the beginning of our waterfall. So we're going to call it client stress is the beginning of our waterfall. Okay, so we have that stress, and then what happens next? What happens? I want you to think about in your own experience when you have a stressful client experience. What's the next thing that can happen? Well, for a lot of highly successful, like high achievers, we're activators. We like action, right? So let's just say the client's disappointed in you. Oh, I need to go into action. So here's the next piece of our waterfall, right? So we've gone from clients upset, we get that input. Now we're down here and we're going to action. So what is it we're doing? We got to fix it. We got to fix it. We got to rewrite the report. We have to change the presentation. We have to call 15 people. We have to call a meeting. We have to rearrange our calendar and make space to listen to them. We've got to pick up the phone and have a difficult conversation with them. So there's something all of a sudden we're like, oh my gosh, I have to do this thing. I have to have this action to help with this client stressor. Okay. And then the next thing that happens after we have that stressor, excuse me 1 second. Can you grab that? Sorry, I'm doing a broadcast, and due to COVID environment, my family just walked in. Thanks, babe. So they're closing the door for me. So then you have the stressor. So the client, so you go into action. Okay, right. And so then you do this thing, and maybe this thing is hard and it's stressful and it didn't turn out the way you wanted to, or maybe it did, but think of what happens to us when we have to go through doing that extra report, redoing the presentation, getting a meeting together, changing your calendar. Now you're pressured, right? Because now something else has happened. I have less time. Next piece in our waterfall, right? Wait a minute, you're hyper successful. You have all this power and you have all this, you're well compensated for what you do. You get paid the big bucks. Here comes the client stressor. You go into action. Now you have less time. And now that you have less time, what's going to happen? And maybe you have less time. You also have an icky feeling. You feel depressed. You feel upset. You feel frustrated. You feel angry. You feel out of control. You feel like they've stolen your day away from you. So now what happens? Not only have I lost time dealing with the customer, right? Now I've lost some emotional presence, the emotional calmness, that feeling of success where everything's going your way. We've lost that too. Next piece of our waterfall, right? And now because we're in an emotional state of frustration, we lack time, we've got pressure, we're in an emotional state of frustration, of just maybe even the adrenaline exhaustion of just like having to deal with that real quick and solve the problem or whatever you had to do. Now what happens is we do something else to alleviate this emotion, to alleviate that pressure. What could that be down here? I'm all the way down here. See how our waterfall is coming downhill? Maybe I'm in a space where I'm going to go eat a cheesecake. You know what I used to do? I would go and eat like a salad and a Diet Coke in the restaurant at work. And then I'd grab a candy bar at the snack machine on the way back. And I'd eat lots of peanut M&Ms. Sometimes I'd have two. Because that candy rush makes me feel like I'm doing something for me. Look at me. I'm doing something. It's like my needs aren't getting met because I'm not getting this wonderful feeling of success. So I'm going to eat M&Ms and I'm going to feel great right then. But do I really want to eat M&Ms? Probably not. It's probably not going to help me with how I feel in my skirt, right? But now I'm having the M&Ms. Maybe it's the bottle of wine. Maybe it's the whiskey at the end of the night. Maybe it's 2 bottles of wine. But we're going to do something else here in our waterfall, like eat. The other thing that we might do is if we have family members or friends or even our team members, we might be agitated at them. We might gripe at them, which makes us feel bad because that's not their fault. We might tell them, I don't care what you do, just get it done. We snap at people. We tell our children, yeah, you can go be on iPad again tonight. Even though I told you tonight we weren't going to have electronics. You can have another night of electronics because mommy's too upset and too exhausted to actually mom right now. And then we feel even more icky, right? Because now this client situation that started all the way up here has come downhill. And now I'm eating peanut M&Ms and I'm telling my kids, yeah, go do whatever you want. Mommy doesn't have time for you, which makes me feel icky as a mom, makes me feel like a failure as a mom, but also makes me feel bad that I'm not, having an actual relationship with my children in that moment. But of course, that's easy to push off because the kids will be there tomorrow, right? And that diet will be there tomorrow, so we eat 2 more bags of M&Ms. What else could happen? Our spouse or our partner, says, hey, honey, do you want to stay up tonight and watch a movie? Do you want to canoodle between the sheets or whatever? Ugh, no, are you kidding, man? Do you have any idea how pressure my life is? Do you have any idea what I went through today? This is what my day was like, blah, 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 blah. And then here comes the verbal diarrhea of how stressful your job is and how stressful your life is. And now we have just one more gap, one more piece of distance, one more lost moment in that marriage, right? Or that relationship. Waterfall effect, right? And so very often what happens in our successful, high pressure, glorious, high powered life is we have no idea how to deal with this, which then comes here. We don't know that we're not supposed to be taking action in the way we do. We don't know how to manage our mental and emotional state. We don't know how to make choices when we do have a mental and emotional state that throws us off, that actually fulfill our needs. And now here we are all the way down at the bottom of our waterfall, living a life where we look around and go, this was not what I signed up for. I signed up for working my ass off to become a powerful leader who's compensated well for what I do, to live on easy street. This don't feel like easy street. My kids aren't getting my attention. I got 10 pounds extra on my butt. My spouse is not getting my attention. And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm not happy with who I am. And I have no idea how to fix this. So what do? I drink a bottle of wine. I go to sleep. I get up the next day and I get reamed with another stressor in my work life, which then comes here, which then comes here, which then comes here, which then comes here. Do you guys see what I mean? And because we have never learned how to rewrite how we show up in each of these situations, we continue every day up here. This day is going to be great. And then slowly it all falls downhill to once again, unless we have a day without that stressor. I chose client stressor. It could be anything. It could be your leadership team. It could be poor performance numbers. It could be an unruly team that you're trying to turn around. All these different stressors that we have as leaders who are well compensated for what we do. If we don't know how to manage these things differently, we're denying ourselves the very life that we've worked so hard for. And what everyone wants to do is we want to just fix this thing and then it's all going to work out, right? So let me get that client stressor fixed. Let me just help the client out and the client will feel better and then life will be great, right? Well, what happened in the course of helping the client feel better? You came all the way down to the bottom of the waterfall again. Okay, so what happens the next day? The next day, there's no stress at work. Isn't that amazing? No, that rarely happens. Because if you are highly successful, you are a leader who's well compensated for what you do. The reason you're being well compensated for what you do is you're the one taking all the stress. You're the one taking all the tough shots. You're the one taking all the difficult maneuvers. So when is there going to be a day when all of these stressors that happen in our high-powered life go away? I'm still waiting. Are you? I'm 50. It hasn't gone away yet. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? Quite seriously, I know I'm kind of being playful here. Those stressors don't go away. And what we find over and over again, especially with women that we get on the phone with, is I just need to make the stressor go away. Okay, so go live on a beach. I don't know. Go find some hyper wealthy person to adopt you. I think there's probably stress in that, quite frankly, myself. I mean, when is that stress going to go away? Okay, let's go to the beach. I tried that. Let's give up all our money. Let's give up all of our lifestyle and let's all go live on the beach. I'm all for it. I tried it. Guess what? Different stress. Now I have stress of financial. Now I have stress of how am I going to pay my bills? Now I have stresses. Can I put food on the table? Now I have stresses missing out on all the interesting, people I used to hang out with. Now I'm hanging out with lizards on a beach. Stress does not go away, guys. And so we have in our culture built in this whole idea that I'm going to get to this magical place when I am a well-compensated leader and it's just going to be easy street. And that's just not the case. And so it is not about solving the problem of the stressor, whether that's a client stress, whether that's Q2 numbers are down, whether that's how the hell to lead in the middle of a COVID crisis, whether that's having to lay people off and furlough them, whether that's having to make whatever tough decision you have to make. It's not about solving that decision. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? It is about learning how to become the person you need to be so that when that stressor hits you, you don't go from here to here to here to here to here to here to here. When that stressor hits you, like it does, once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day, you go, oh, got it, stressor, let's do this. Okay, I know who I need to be. I know what the mental state is that I need to carry. I know what the emotional state is I need to carry. In fact, I actually practice who I need to be every single day because I'm prepared, right? I am prepared because I now know how to operate at this level. And how to operate this level is not to continue to allow myself to be depleted over every single stress I'm up against. That's going to happen. It's who I need to be emotionally. It's who I need to be mentally. And then it's who I need to be with some new tools in my toolkit. But what everybody wants is some magic tools in our toolkit. You know, a Mont Blanc pen is not going to make this all go away. It's not about having a finer writing instrument. It's about having a different tool. And in order to see that you have to have a different tool, you have to become a different person. And everybody misses that step. Believe me, I did too. It wasn't until I moved to an island to become a different person, and that didn't work. I was like, oh, like a really different person, not just living somewhere else inside myself. And that leveling up process is what everyone wants to skip. And then we're sitting around going, why don't I have the good life? Where the hell is the good life? But I'm not really willing to change who I am to get it. There you go. Right? Okay, so now let's talk about the butterfly effect. Butterfly effect is fun. Butterfly effect is a much, much, much better place to live than a waterfall effect. Because now let's take that same client stressor. Client stressor comes in, right? This is our hypothetical. Some sort of stressor comes in your day. You got millions of them. Choose one, please. And you go, oh, wow. That's stressful. That is not what I wanted the client to say. This is not what I want to be experiencing right now. How do I need to process this? I'm going to take a minute and figure that out. Am I going to go into action and activate her right away? No, I'm going to work on me. And I'm going to process what I need to be. And then from that space, I'm going to make an objective decision about what needs to happen. And now I'm over here. And maybe that objective decision is we truly do need to work late tonight and get this done for the client. That's fine. Sometimes that's what we do. But it may be that's what we need to do, but maybe someone else needs to do it. Or that's what we need to do, but we need to get someone on our team to do it. Maybe that's what we don't need to do at all. And we just need to call back the client and say, got it, I hear you. And we'll start working on that tomorrow. I don't know, guys. We don't know. But when we're in a place of going through depletion, you certainly are not going to make a great decision. That's for sure. So now we can make a decision that's more objective, that doesn't steal our energy, that doesn't deplete us, that actually creates vibrancy in that decision, creativity, clarity, excitement, vulnerability, empathy for the client, whatever they're experiencing. We go, okay, great. And then from there, we move over here and we say, wow, now I'm going to take action and I'm going to talk to that client and I'm going to have empathy for them and I'm going to recognize what they're going to go through and I'm going to let them know what that solution is, whatever it is. And the client feels great. Maybe not perfectly great. They can still be upset, fine. But now we have that. We've gone from here to here to here. And then we've also had a conversation with our team that hasn't been snippy, that hasn't been bitey, that says, hey, guys, client's having an issue. We've worked this through. This is what we're doing. We're calm. This is how it's happening. And your team goes, oh, okay, great. Thanks for trusting us, or thanks for protecting us, or thanks for letting us know whatever happened. And now you've impacted your team in a new way, right? We didn't snip at them. And then we go have lunch and it's a chicken salad. And we walk straight past the candy machine and the candy cupboard because we don't need that candy bar. Ooh, that feels good. Get an extra half pound off my butt today. I'm liking this, right? And then our kids say, oh my gosh, can you come play with me tonight? And you're like, absolutely. You know what? I got all the energy in the world for you tonight. Because that stressor that I handled today, I did it in a way that it didn't deplete my emotional mental state. I had the tools that I needed. I know how to navigate this. I didn't upset my team. I wasn't snipey and gripey to them, so I don't feel guilty about that at all. I ate really healthy all day long, so I don't have a sugar crash or anything else getting in my way, nor do I have a mental crash because mentally I'm not drained. And you know what, kids? I'd be happy to play with you. That'd be amazing. You know what? Mom's got about 30 minutes to play with you. How about we get in the mud and in the sand? Then mom's going to go take a run. And then when I come back, we will go bake something. So we'll have some yummy, yummy something for tomorrow at breakfast. And then we'll all, I don't know, whatever you do, take showers, do some homework, watch a movie, read a book. What do you think, kids? Oh, yeah. And then your husband says, oh, or your partner says, hey, you want to watch a movie tonight? Yeah, I think I do. It's Tuesday night. What's on Tuesday night? Yeah, I'll watch that show with you. Sounds good. You know what? I do want to get early to bed tonight because I've got a big day tomorrow, but how about we watch half the show tonight and half later in the week? Fabulous. Wow. This feels like the good life. This feels like control. This feels like I'm feeling great. Did the stressor go away? Am I waking up tomorrow expecting my day to be a clean calendar with a clean slate and all this wonderful white space to just dream and vision like a leader should? Hell no. I know how to handle every single day. And that butterfly effect, do you see how that butterfly effect? How many lives did you just touch? Because of who you chose to be, who you learned to be, who your emotional and mental state was, and the tools that you had. Did you have a positive impact on your team? Heck yeah. Did you have a positive impact on those kiddos if you got them? Heck yeah. If it wasn't your kiddos, it was your dogs, your friends, or your in-law, or your parents, or whoever, right? Did you have a positive effect on that partner, that spouse, that love of your life? Absolutely. Did you have a positive effect on yourself? Did it feel like a great day, even though you tackled something huge? And even if you did come home a little tired, so what? You get to be a little tired every now and then. But are you living there? I'll take the butterfly effect over the waterfall effect every day of the week. And I hope you will too. So I hope this conversation today has spurred some deeper thought for you about what it takes to live the good life. It doesn't take a special place that you arrive at. It doesn't take a special title or a special paycheck. It doesn't take luck. It takes intention, and it takes leveling up, and it takes a deep-seated desire to live with the butterfly effect instead of the waterfall effect. And if this broadcast has impacted you, I know it's going to impact one of your friends. So I would like to ask you to pay it forward and give me the gift of being able to touch someone else's life, but also give you the gift of being able to touch someone else's life by forwarding this right now today to one person. Tag one person in the comments below. Forward this to your network and say, this made me think. It might make you think too. Or whatever you want to say from your heart, and share that with someone else. I invite you to do that on this happy, beautiful Monday. I hope it's amazing wherever you are. And I will see you later in the week for another broadcast. Bye, guys.